This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck as a 2002 Ford F350 Crew Cab Long Bed, 7.3 liter turbo diesel. It's a four-wheel drive. It's a Lariat package, which is leather. It was purchased directly from an insurance company in Portland, Oregon. When we bought it, it had a big, ugly green camper shell, and obviously that's no longer with us. It also had, when they took the pictures of it, it was raining, and so it looked great in the pictures. When we got it, it had been keyed down the entire driver's side really badly, and the hood had really bad peeling paint. We have before and after pictures with the camper shell on, and honestly, it looks great in the pictures, but in person it looked bad. That driver's side key job was brutal, and the camper shell was ugly. It had fades on it, so we took it off. Anyway, we took it to Maaco. We paid them $900 to paint the vehicle. They had to sand down the keying and the hood, and it's a Maaco paint job. It's a one-stage paint job. If you're familiar with that, you know that they're not perfect. They'll have what I call floaties in them. I'm not sure if you can see them, but some places are better than others. It's actually, for a Maaco paint job, it's not too bad. If you're looking for anywhere near factory, you're not even close. They mix the clear and the paint together, so that's what a one-stage paint job is, and that's that. So you're going to have imperfections in the paint. Generally, actually, from a Maaco standpoint, out of a 1 to 10, with 10 being great, I'd give it about a 7. They did a pretty good job for Maaco, but it's hard to see that stuff without the naked eye. But you can see little floaties in it, and it actually looks pretty good. I like the way it looks, but it is newly painted, but it's not factory by any stretch of the imagination. So, but they did do a nice job of sanding it and getting it ready. They just when they put the paint down, it's one stage, and that's what you get. But I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, the front tires, they actually look about the same all the way around, front and rear. Probably 40 or 50% tread. Obviously, the selling point of this vehicle, or the buying point for this vehicle also, would be the 7.3 4x4 part. Also, that it's a long bed helps when it's an F350 for towing. It's missing the little plastic cap. See that truck right there? It's missing this little plastic cap. Now, we didn't have them do any body work on this tailgate. So there's a couple dings in it. You see 1, 2, 3. Bumper looks good. Let's see. It does have a spare, and that spare happens to be a brand new tire. You got your light package, tow hitch there. That's that. Now, when they paint these at Maaco, they just give you a courtesy paint. They don't really full-on paint. They kind of just spray it lightly. That's how they'll be able to paint anything for under $1,000. Hopefully that HD picture comes through fairly well. Anyway, you're not buying a beauty queen here, but you're not buying something that's ugly either. It's pretty much average looking, in my opinion. Let's see. Alrighty then. I'm going to open up the hood. Show you where all the Ford stamps are supposed to be. Now it has 228,009 miles on it. There's your Ford stamp there. stamp on the passenger fender. Got the Ford stamp on the core support. Got your tools here. Stickers where they're supposed to be. There's the Ford stamp on the driver's side core support. And the Ford stamp on the driver fender. All that stuff needs to be there, or there's a chance it hasn't been replaced. If you don't see those Ford stamps there, you've got some replacement parts going on. And there are none of those there, so that's good. There's your driver rear window. Door panel. Back seat looks excellent. I think there's something on the seat back over there. I'll show you that when I'm around the other side. Cup holders. Let's see. Make sure there's nothing under there. It's obviously it's missing that cubby deal in the overhead. Excuse me, a sunglass holder. Alright. Down and up. This is the passenger rear door. It's not a hole, but it got into the die there a little bit. Alright, that's the passenger front window. Door locks. That works fine. Heated seat. On and off. Seat forward. Seat back. Full seat up. Full seat down. Front seat up. Front seat down. Rear seat up. Rear seat down. Perfect. Alright. I can see that we did a repair right here. Our mobile repair guy comes by, so there's probably a tear like right here that he repaired. Looks like there was one right here also. Nothing there. Obviously they stole the radio, which is pretty common. Driver door panel, door lock, passenger mirror out, in, down, alright, other side, out, in, up, down, alright. I would say that they broke the tilt lever when they stole the car. So the tilt lever either needs to be replaced or it's not going to work. We're going to assume that it's not going to work. I'll have my guys look at it, but no guarantee that's going to work. That's a fairly common injury when they steal these things. Forward, back, seat on and off, front seat up, front seat down, rear seat up, rear seat down. This is obviously an insert, so this must have been torn completely, so we replaced this piece. Seat looks overall really good. Alright, so as we discovered, tilt is not happening. Other than that, I haven't run into anything else. That's a nice thing. When they stole the radio, they just unplugged it. So you can just buy an aftermarket radio and use those plugs, or buy a used Ford radio and use the plugs. There's the airflow, nice cold. And one, all the settings work there. It's missing the cup holder, but good thing you have cup holders here. Stuff there. Alright, let's see. What else we got going on here? Radio. Oh, adjustable power. That was unusual in 02. That works. Alright, let's see. Overdrive off and on. There's that. Alright, we put it in neutral. We go to 4 low. Now we're in 4 low. Put it into drive. And we put it into reverse. That's definitely 4 low. Alright, so we have 4 low. Neutral. 2-wheel drive. Sorry, 4 high. That's where I want to go now. Now we're in 4 high. Yeah, I can definitely go at speed in 4 high. And reverse. So we have reverse, drive, and 4 high and low. Now we're going to go back to 2-wheel drive and take a ride. All right. Let's see. If you're going to come to Tucson to drive it home, you need insurance and you need plates, obviously. You can get neither on a salvage title. We will have to go to Motor Vehicles Level 3 to get it inspected if you're going to come here and pick it up. We charge $200, $200 to do that. 50 goes to the state, 150 goes to us. That covers the price of having our guy get up at 6 in the morning, be there first in line at 8, and then have to stay with the vehicle all day. If something happens with the cops and they have to do something else, he has to sit there with the vehicle all day. So that's why so much. That covers that occurrence. Let's see, or that possible occurrence. $250 dock fee. And then we have taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson. Jump on it here. Shifts perfectly. It's got a little bit of the usual Ford steering box sloppiness that they all get, every single one of them. In fact, that's one of the things I think we note in the bottom of our ads for Fords is that you can tighten them up by getting a new steering box. They're about $300 and about 2 hours labor to put them on, and that'll take about 50% of the slop out of them. This one's actually not too bad. For 228,000 miles, I've seen, this is probably one of the better ones, but they do all have them. And by floaty, I mean they don't respond to the steering as sharply as you'd like them to. I'll see if I can demonstrate that for you here in a second. This one's actually pretty good. See? This one's actually pretty good. It's just kind of when you're going 50 or 60, you just got to make a little bit more of an adjustment while you're driving than you normally would. That's what I mean by floaty. Anyhow, if you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is the agreed upon price. I strongly suggest you add $200 and have us restore it before it leaves. But if you don't, please make sure that you can get it restored with our salvage title, the truck itself, and a bill of sale. All right. Let's see, make sure you get a deposit in. Without a deposit, we don't have a deal. Once we get a deposit, we will put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelk.com, and you'll know that we've received your deposit, and then it's your truck. Until we have money, we don't have a deal. And we will not hesitate to sell to somebody else. eBay people. I say this at the end of every video for the last 2 or 3 months. Some crazy eBay people have made me, go this far to state the obvious. This is not a new truck. 228,000 mile 02. Not a new truck. So, what can you expect from a truck that's not new? Especially one that's not this new. Or this whatever. The engineers at Ford, just like all the other engineers at other places and designers, set a warranty limit on the miles in the year for warranty for a reason. The reason being they don't know what's going to happen after a certain point, so they just say that's the end of the warranty, because after that, who knows, it could blow up. So that's why they do it. So we don't know what's going to happen to this vehicle, and Ford engineers didn't know what was going to happen to this vehicle. So, I mean, expecting us to know what's going to happen in a month is pretty impossible. If you need a sure thing, they are at the Auto Mall, and they're brand new, and this version of that truck, brand new, is probably, Lariat is probably going to be somewhere around, almost made that sign, probably around, gosh, 55 or 60. $1,000. So just remember, you're saving money here. Please use some of that money you're saving to you know, possibly repair it, okay? At some point. Anyway, that's all. Just a quick speech on knowing what you're buying and not being a baby if something happens, okay? We represent these as best we can and tell you everything we know so that the right vehicle finds the right guy, okay? Thank you very much for your time. Have a great week.